Yo, what's up, MLB fans? I'm here today bringing you guys my first episode in my market analysis series for MLB The Show 19. In this video, we're going to be talking about the biggest movers in the market this last week. We're going to be talking about some of the big performances we had this week, and as well as some of the bad performances and some players that dropped. So let's get into it. So a little bit about me and my market analysis for MLB The Show. I've been playing this game for about 4 years now, but I really just got into the market these last 2 years. Last year, I was able to profit about $250,000 in stubs just by playing the market and trading players on swings. When they were on a downswing, I'd buy the players. When they're on an upswing, I sold the players. Simple enough. I'll explain to you guys some of my strategies on what I did last year, and I'm going to explain to you my new strategies approaching this year and see if we can hit that 1 million mark in stubs. That's going to be the goal this year. So, first thing, when you're investing in the market, you're going to be looking for players that are valuable. You want to put your stubs where they're going to grow. You don't want to buy a player who's doing really good now and then play him on your team and then wait for him to hit that slump and then realize, oh, I want to sell him and net a loss in stubs. That's not our goal here. Our goal here is to invest in players that have potential and could see a major upswing in their stub price on the market over the coming weeks and months. Elaborating a little bit more on my strategy for this year, so last year my strategy was to sit on a silver player, 79 overall, very close to going gold. Buy him at around $400, 400 stub, wait for him to go gold. This could take weeks, if not weeks, usually months for this to happen. San Diego Studios only drops their tier upgrades once every week at very best. So this strategy was causing me to hold a lot of my stubs in players that were taking a month to a month and a half to upgrade, and my stubs were sitting and not making money. I realize now I can be making more stubs instead of letting them sit and basically waste. So what I've been doing this year, we're going to take a look at my Excel sheet. It's new to the year. I did this last year. If I have my old Excel sheet. It's on my old laptop. I'll dig it out sometime and I'll show you guys what I did last year. But for this year's purposes, we're looking at the Excel sheet now. You take a look here. We bought Eddie Rosario at $17.40, and this was on March 25th. We bought it at $17.40. Yeah, it seems like a lot. I was able to then sell them the next day at $2,400 a pop, netting myself 10,800 stubs, and our profit there was $2,100. So we made 2,100 subs over a day because we bought 5 Eddie Rosarios at $17.40, which, looking at it now, if you look at the bottom of my chart here, I just bought 3 Eddie Rosarios for $10.50, and the guy's on a downswing. I have him on my fantasy baseball team. He's 0 for 12. He's yet to get a hit, but looking at his track record last year, the guy batted 280, 285, something crazy. Went to the All-Star game, had 30 home runs. The guy's is gonna swing up. It's not something I'm extremely worried about. The ones I bought at $10.50, I was able to sell at $13.84. I'm doing these on a daily basis. If you look at in the J column here, it is marking how many days it's taking me to sell. My strategy this year is not to hold any players for pure value more than a week. If I'm holding a player for more than a week, my stubs are sitting stagnant and I'm wasting stubs, essentially. So you look at some of my moves here. Some of them are really small, like Jose Peraza and Luis Castillo. I watched the Reds game. They're really good players. I bought these guys. I thought it was a steal. 570 Jose Peraza, 413 Luis Castillo. Bought a couple of them, and then I was able to sell them for a little bit of gain in stubs. I netted 266 stubs on those guys across 2 days, which, like, 266 subs, well, yippee, it means nothing. But you count that up, you add those up over the long term, and you do that 50 times over a week. You're looking at 10,000 stubs in a week just by moving small guys like that. Another one, I'm not going to go through all these. My biggest one is going to be Blake Snell, and I'm going to talk to you guys about him later in the video. I want to talk about a few of the big performances this week and some of the biggest movers from opening day to now, the first week after the season has commenced. So, coming in at number 1, we got Christian Yelich. Christian Yelich had one of the most crazy, dominant opening weeks we've ever seen. Christian Yelich, in the 4 games they played against St. Louis, he homered in each of them and was able to rack in 8 RBIs, This included the 2 RBI game-winning double that he hit in on Sunday to win the game. Guy's been straight up dominant. As far as the market goes, we saw his sell now price go from $38,000 to $67.5K. That's a 77% increase in stubs. It's incredible. If Christian Yelich gets that bump, which we can anticipate he will get that bump to an 87, maybe an 88, he's going to be guaranteed to be a diamond for the rest of the year. One thing we do know about San Diego Studios, once you go diamond, you rarely ever go back. There were only 3, maybe 4 instances last year where a diamond player was downgraded to a gold. Coming in at second is Chris Bryant with a 47% growth in his stubs. Another incredible growth. This week, he had a 440 OBP as well as 3 runs across the 3 games he played, 1 in each game against Texas, 4 RBIs in a losing series effort. Coming in third on our biggest movers list of the week is the boy Mike Trout. Yeah, what do you mean? How could Mike Trout be the biggest loser of the week? Well, let me tell you this. The amount of Mike Trout cards we've seen has exceeded what we've seen in any other year. I don't know why there are so many Mike Trout cards out. Maybe it's just in the first week of the game to gain some hype about the game. I'm not totally sure, honestly. And as we see more and more cards enter the game, price values are just going to decrease. So just basics, simple economic principles. We see as the supply of his cards goes up, price is going to go down. And that's why we saw his shift in price from $245K before opening day, just a couple days after the game was released, to now $180,000, which is still by far the most expensive player, almost by double. Mike Trout still was doing crazy Mike Trout things. He batted .333 this week with only 1 strikeout in 15 plate appearances. So this downgrade has nothing to do with his performance, rather just the influx of cards that are coming in right now. So as more cards come out, we are going to see a steady decrease in prices, reducing this hyperinflation that we are seeing right now. We usually see the market start to reach its equilibrium about a month into the game. So give it a couple more weeks. So many cards are going to be in the game that the prices will remain stable, and we'll really be able to assess the growth on these players. All right, now it's time for my value buy of the week. Coming in at my number 1 value buy of the week is Blake Snellzilla, and I'll tell you why. Blake Snell had a rough outing this last week, and he let up 5 runs after having 2 scoreless innings to start the game. He faced a very strong team in Houston who was able to put the ball over the wall and score points in a matter of 1 swing. And he ran into some heavy swingers in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning and led up a home run to Springer, Michael Brantley, and Jose Altuve. And you may be thinking to yourself, maybe he doesn't have it anymore. Maybe he lost it. Maybe he lost the Cy Young stuff. Let me tell you right now, you don't win a Cy Young on a fluke. The guy's still got his stuff. I watched the game. Guy's got incredible pitches. He ran into a buzzsaw that was the Houston Astros and lost the game to arguably one of the best pitchers of all time, Justin Verlander. His next 3 starts are going to be coming against Colorado, potentially San Francisco. I don't know. They haven't announced the schedule for who's starting yet, but potentially San Francisco, and if not San Francisco, he'll be pitching against the White Sox. 2 good starts where he has room. He's playing the Colorado at home, has a chance to put up good numbers on the board, as well as against San Francisco or Chicago. Following that start, Toronto and Baltimore. We can expect big things from Snellzilla in the coming weeks. His sell now price, $3,500. We can expect that to go up to 5,000 stubs. Not dollars, stubs. Some notable big performances over the week that should not go ignored, but we didn't see the movement in the market. Paul Goldschmidt, in a series loss to the Brewers, batted .375, had his first 4 home runs for the St. Louis Cardinals, 3 of them in 1 game. Also put up 7 ribbies on the board. Guy's going to be monstrous. His career batting average is best in St. Louis. His home runs, he has the greatest home run rate in St. Louis Stadium. The guy's going to have a phenomenal year and a phenomenal rest of his career. Despite having a hell of a week, he did have 7 Ks and only 2 walks. So that's a little bit of cause for concern, but I'm not worried about Paul Goldschmidt. He's going to have a heck of a year. Another notable performance, same team, Colton Wong. Batted .571, 2 home runs, 2 stolen bags. Silver right now, don't buy him yet, but he had a notable performance, so keep that in the back of your mind for the coming weeks. Another notable performance, all of the LA Dodgers, but most notably Cody Bellinger, who batted .500 this last week, is currently leading the MLB in hits, despite not playing as many games as a lot of players. Had 10 hits, 20 at-bats, 4 home runs, 8 ribbies. It's a guy you want on your team. He's a silver right now. His price is up there, close to 4,000 stubs. So maybe hold off on him, but a notable performance nonetheless. All right, so that'll do it for my first Market Madness video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like if you did. Would really appreciate that. Also, in the comments, let me know who you're buying this week. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, would love to hear it. Thanks, guys. Peace out.